In this video, we are going to demonstrate how to configure the email option for your HOBOnode data. What you will first need to do is create a saved export setting. This is the data that you wish to export out of the program. This is done from the Plot Export Wireless data pane. What you will first need to do is open up the HOBOware Pro software. You can then go to the Plot Export Wireless data pane by either selecting File and the Plot Export Wireless Data, or by selecting Device and going to the Manage Hobo Data Node Networks. From here, you will need to select the Plot Export Data option at the bottom of the pane, which will then bring up your Plot Export Wireless data pane. Now that you are in the Plot Export Wireless data pane, you can create the saved export settings. First, you will need to choose the deployment that you wish to work with. Then select the node from the deployment that you wish to get the data from. You will then be able to either include all of the sensors that are associated with that node, or just the individual sensor that is most important to you. You will then need to select the time range and/or limits of the plots you wish to export. You can select either a custom time range or one of the software's presets. For this example, I will choose a preset of the past hour. You will then need to choose the Save Settings option and enter in the name of this setting. Press Enter to save this setting. Now that you have created a saved export setting, you can close out of the Plot Export pane. You will now need to configure your email settings. This is done within the HOBOware Pro software. The first step in doing this is in the Alarm section of the Data Node Preferences. To navigate there, you will need to choose File and then Preferences. Once in Preferences, select Data Nodes. Under the Data Nodes section, you will want to choose Alarms. If you are using a company email system, please contact your network administrator for the SMTP settings. For this demonstration, I will use a Gmail account. You can find the Gmail SMTP settings in the support section of your Gmail account, or by simply Googling Gmail SMTP settings, and the first option will take you right into the Gmail help screen, which will then give you all of the information that you need to know to set up your email. Once we have this information, we'll first need to enter in the server name, which we have just learned. It is smtp.gmail.com. And the port number is 465. Gmail does require you to have a secure connection and that you use authentication. For your authentication, you will need to type in your username and password. You will then need to type in the email address from where the email is coming from. Please note that this email address should be the same domain as the SMTP server that we entered above. We can then test the settings to make sure that everything is set up correctly. We can enter in a different email address that we would like the information to be sent to. and then hit the Send Test Email button. It will come up with a screen saying that the message has been sent. You will then want to go and check your email address to make sure that you have received that email. Here's an example of the Send Test email that we created. We can see that the test was successful and that HOBOware was able to use our SMTP settings to send this test email. Once the email setup is complete, we can now close the Alarms section and then choose the Sharing section underneath the Data Nodes section of the preferences. We want to select Data Delivery and then select the interval in which we would like our data sent to us. We will then need to choose the Save settings that we created earlier. This will be the email that is sent to us at this interval. The next step is to check the email file to box and enter in the email address in which you would like the information sent to. Then select OK. You have now configured the email export option for your HOBOnode data. Here's an example of the data delivery email that you will receive with your information. Notice that there will be a CSV file attached to it with the name of the saved setting that you chose. When you open up that file, you'll receive an Excel spreadsheet with all of the information that you have selected. If you need further help for setting up the email option for your HOBOnode data, please contact us at 1-800-LOGGERS or at loggerhelp@onsetcomp.com.